We just got the Kirby Air Riders Nintendo Direct #2. That's right, they did 2 of them. And I just gotta say, like, what crazy presentation. Sakurai flipped off every other game developer, including Nintendo. It's insane what he showed off in this presentation and how much work and effort and care got put into this game. So in this video, I'm going to talk about everything we learned about this game, all the new modes, all the new features, and just the wild amount of things that is going on here. And I gotta say, confidently, this is by far the best received Nintendo Direct. I actually saw some people saying raise the price in the comments. The meme since the Switch 2 was revealed was that they needed to drop the price. Can you imagine a game so good that people are asking the price to be raised? Like, it's insane. It's just wild. So let's go over it. Let's talk about what we saw in order, and then we can discuss every point when we bring it up. So let's do it. First thing that was shown off was the new Top Ride mode. It's a top-down racing mode, and it's inspired by the bonus mode from the original Kirby Air Ride and features several playable characters and vehicles. Up to 8 players can play at a time, including online. But for some reason, I thought it was interesting. He said that he only recommends playing with about 4. I don't know why he would recommend not playing with 8. Like, why have there be 8 people if you don't recommend playing with 8? But anyways, he said that. But it can be played with up to 8, even online. There are multiple difficulty options, and the ability to zoom in and out with the camera during the race was added as well. In the classic GameCube version, it was just like locked on to the screen, but now you can zoom the camera right up on your character if you're playing single player. And if there's multiple people playing on the same system, it'll zoom right out. But you can also adjust it. If you're playing single player, you can go in or you can go out, whatever. Top Ride can also be bite-sized sessions. Players can select control options before a race. And it features a host of courses inspired by Kirby Air Ride locations with maps like the flower area, the water area. It seems like there's separate versions of these stages. And yeah, it was so funny because Sakurai already was like, listen, we didn't need to add this mode. He even said something like people wouldn't really care. Like, we've already added enough to this, but we did it anyways. That's just so good. That's such a Sakurai thing to do. He really overachieved with this game. The mode can be locally played on one screen and with one Switch 2, with up to 4 players playing together along with 4 additional computer-controlled players, as I already mentioned as well. I'm just going through my notes here. There are also exclusive items in Top Ride. There's this kaboom thing, flames, there's a drill, and that's pretty much all we saw from Top Ride. But I mean, this is just an extra mode that they're giving us for free. And it's crazy that I'm saying for free, but that just shows you how DLC brained my brain is. I feel like adding this mode was so silly and not necessary, but he did it. He just did it. Now, I didn't actually play the original Kirby Air Riders game on the GameCube. Sorry, Kirby Air Ride, not Kirby Air Riders. So I don't really have a frame of reference of how this game is supposed to be played. Now, I did play the Kirby Air Riders game on the Switch 2 at PAX West when Nintendo invited me out to go play it. So I do kind of get a good feeling about how this game plays and everything, but the Top Ride mode, they hadn't announced it yet. Obviously, they announced it today. And I haven't even played it on the original GameCube, so that looks interesting. I've seen some other people not really love the mode, and obviously I don't think this mode is supposed to be the main mode of this game, obviously. But I think it'd be fun to just check out, and yeah, they did a lot with it. So they went above and beyond with this, and I'm excited to test it out. Next up, there's a new road trip mode. Now, this seems to be the main story mode, the World of Light of Kirby Air Riders. You can take on challenges from the 3 main modes, including race and battles, all while collecting items and engaging in the new mode's own story. At the very end, we saw a cutscene of some details on this game, like the fact that this story is about how your machines are going rogue or they're dead, and when you touch them, they come to life. And oh my goodness, the trailers look so good. The animation is insane. I love it so much. I could eat it up. Nom nom. Yummy, yummy. And yeah, I'm really excited for this. I feel like I didn't fully grasp everything that's new about it because, well, first of all, the whole presentation was in Japanese and they subtitled it in English, which is fine, but I was streaming it and I missed some things. So I don't actually have a full-blown understanding on road trip mode, but from what I get and what I collected, This is the story mode. They purposefully didn't show us everything about this, but from what I can tell, this is going to be a blast. I'm actually going to enjoy this a lot, especially if you get the more cutscenes intermingled between the stages and, you know, all that stuff. We'll see how it actually progresses. Well, let's continue. There's this new online lobby called the Paddock, where players can run around as their racers and set up races from the terminal. They can emote and interact with other players. You can spectate races from the 3 modes, listen to music, and even more. Like, what? You can run around as each of the characters you want to play. Okay, first of all, I just gotta say, and he mentioned it in this as well, they made running and jumping animations for each character. Every single one. What in the... That's like so extreme. He says, yeah, that was a lot of work. Yeah, that would have been a lot of work. Oh my goodness. Can you imagine in Mario Kart World if they allowed every character to jump off the screen or jump off their vehicle and start running around? That would be a lot of work. And they did it in this game. Sure, there's a lot less characters, but still, that's just above and beyond. It's above and beyond. They could have easily made this a menu, but no, they made it a full-blown terminal. It's just insane. Inside this online mode, the Paddock, or however you pronounce that word, there's a new ranking system, similar to what they used in Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. It's a global wind power score, and it'll be shown on your little license that they give you, and marked by a certain color. Instead of like rank A or B, it'll be a color and a shape. They also showed off a bunch of new air ride courses, just the standard racing. The Airtopia Ruins, Crystalline, Steam Gust Forge with some epic music, and then they showed off this mystery course. I don't know where that is. Maybe that has to do with the story mode in some way. But not only did they show off some new courses, they showed off old courses. That's right. All 9 tracks from the previous games are back in this game. Sorry, the previous game, not games. Just the game. Bringing the total amount of courses to 18. They literally showed off every one of the old courses from the old game. They gave them revamped visuals, better pacing, and this is what I mean. They really didn't need to do that, but they did it. And 18 courses doesn't seem like that many, and when you think about it, it's really not crazy. Yeah, 18 courses isn't that many. However, I will say these are all at least very unique and interesting, and based on the power-ups and everything else that the game has to offer, these could be a completely different experience every single time. So we'll just have to play it. We'll see how long it takes for these courses to get old. 18 tracks, a little bit lower than I expected, but they all look very interesting in their own ways. We also saw some more information about the city trial mode, including some new power-ups, like the mega cannon and some fireworks or whatever. Yeah, they showed off a bunch of new information about City Trial Mode, which is kind of insane because I already thought that they showed every single thing off. I've played City Trial Mode in this new game, and I was like, oh yeah, this is done. They're not doing anything. I actually was surprised that they brought it up at all to show off some new stuff about the mode, because this seemed finished, and it is definitely finished, but I guess it's cool that they showed off some new stuff. I don't think they needed to show us this, but it's cool that they did. But on top of that, they introduced the new team battles mechanic that you can play between 2 modes, 2 teams for City Trial Mode, and you can also do it elsewhere in this game, but that's the main place you'll be doing it. Now, one of the best parts of this presentation, and I think what most people love about this, is the new riders. We all know that the hype for new characters in Smash Bros. Is just beyond anything else. And with a Kirby game, it's a little bit lower because they're all Kirby characters, and I wouldn't say Kirby is really the biggest franchise. I mean, really any character from the Kirby franchise could be shown off, and, you know, I mean, it's not a crazy hype, but I got really hyped. I love the Kirby franchise, and the characters shown off were so epic, and there's one that I absolutely needed. So let's go through these new riders announced. We got Taranza. I don't really love this character. They're fine. I'm glad that they're in this game. Don't love the character, but, you know, it is what it is. I don't love the design. But the next we got Lolo and La La La, the blue and pink enemies that, you know, push the blocks across the screen in the main games. Oh, they got Ice Climber vibes going on. There's a blue one and a pink one. It's literally perfect. And they're the only character that has 2 characters on the same star or vehicle. I just thought that was really cool. We also got DeRoach, that rat, the friggin' rat. Again, I don't love the DeRoach design, but he's a pretty cool enemy. I like the cut. I like it. We got Rocky, which is weird. Just an enemy, the Rock. I mean, that's cool. It's a really deep take. I love that they added him. It's very odd. I wouldn't say that people expected this, but that's okay. We got Rick, the hamster. What a goat. I know he's a hamster, but so cool. I love the hamster design. And I think a lot of people who like hamsters will go ham for this, if you know what I mean. Scarfy, it's an odd one. Looks so cute, and then he becomes a little biter, a little biting guy. Then of course, this was unexpected. We got just a standard Waddle Dee, not bandana Waddle Dee, just a standard Waddle Dee. Yeah, that was odd. I don't know really why they did that. It's just the same. I guess it would have been easy for them. I would have thought maybe this Waddle Dee would have been like a costume for bandana Waddle Dee. But hey, you know what? Classic Waddle Dee, I love to have them. But the best character that they announced, by far, in my opinion, was Marks. Oh, I needed Marks. Marks is probably one of my favorite Kirby characters. And yeah, I'm just so happy that they added Marks. He is so epic. I love the design. And even his new design is a lot more cute than what we're used to with Marks. I just think it's so good. I really, really like it. And they said that that's pretty much all of the characters. I'm curious to know if there's going to be more characters when the game actually releases next month, or if they're just going to say that's it. Sakurai, when he used to make Smash Bros. Games, he would hide a lot of the characters before the game released. And it would be like a surprise for people when they saw a character that they wanted added in. And it was just like, yeah, he's a showman. He likes the surprises. He didn't really do that in Smash Ultimate. They showed off all the characters before the game released. And so that being said, I think that this actually is all of the characters that we're going to get. I don't think there's going to be any unlockables, except for maybe that main boss character. But even then, I mean, this is it. This is going to be all the characters in this game. And that being said, I'll just say it now. He said there's not going to be any DLC, or they're not planning to do any DLC for this game. So that goes to show that these are all the characters we're getting. We're not going to get any new ones. Maybe we'll get a couple unlockables, which is a likelihood. Like, that could happen, since it is just, like, you know, Kirby. But chances are, in my brain, these are all the characters we're getting. I'm not going to get any more. But he also showed off some new machines as well, such as the Transform Star, the Hop Star, the Jet Star, the Wheelie Scooter, all that good stuff. There's a stadium mode that includes mini games from City Trial, or you can just play these stadium mini games. Pretty cool. Showed off some new mini games such as Button Rush and this high jump. And then there's another mode. Oh my goodness, I'm just saying mode after mode after mode. There are so many modes here. But there's another mode called Versus Boss King, which takes place in a massive arena. This is based on a GameCube mode where you would fight just the standard King DDD on a scooter or whatever. But now they added this crazy new King DDD design. Bro's looking like an animatronic. It's this Robo DDD, which you have to fight, and you can fight with up to 4 players. And he went all into detail with how you can change the camera and how you fight this big Robo DDD. And I love the design. He's literally a transformer, like Optimus Prime. Optimus Prime times King DDD. So this is really sweet, really unique. I love it. And it just gets more and more good, better and better as we keep going. He showed off a new My Machines mode, another mode. It's a new feature where you can buy decorative items to customize, share, and sell custom machine designs. Plus, there'll be headwear customizations for riders. Are you kidding me right now? They added machine customizations, decals. You can change the color. You can add accessories like keychains. You can add hats on every single character you wanted. There is so much here, so much customization, so much unlockables, that it's just, you know, it really annoys me. It kind of annoys me that there's so much content here, because that just goes to show how little content is in all these other games. Like, there is 4 or 5 times more content in Kirby Air Riders than Mario Kart World, which is listed at $10 more. Like, what is going on? How come this Kirby spin-off racing game can get it so right with the amount of content that's in it compared to such a bigger franchise like Mario Kart? Like, it just... oh, it's kind of frustrating, but I appreciate it, and I love the care and effort that Sakurai put into this game. It's just the best. And just the fact that we're getting so much more customization for each of these characters really will make me want to go for like 100% to try and unlock everything. It's good. There's also this new currency in the form of miles, which was revealed, and it's accumulated the more you play and can be spent in the in-game store. There's also these gummies that I didn't really fully understand. It's a new Kirby Air Ride. You can earn these gummies from completing races, so that's fun. There's a garage feature to show off all the machines and all the customizations and everything. Very cool. There's going to be a My Music option that allows players to select the music they want to listen to during City Trial and when they explore Skyra, including tracks from all across the Kirby series, even including the old tracks from the original Kirby Air Ride. There's going to be a new menu UI showing off all the new modes and features, as well as accessibility options for shake and tilt controls for those who maybe have motion sickness or whatever. That's nice that they're adding this. I feel like a lot of Nintendo games don't have a lot of accessibility options, like, you know, adjusting the color or the shakiness of the screen. Some games do, but I would say most of them don't have the accessibility features like a lot of big games like PlayStation has. My favorite part of the Direct is coming up, maybe next to the Riders, but Kirby Air Riders Amiibo. There's more of them, and I guessed them all correctly. I literally called this. If you watch my predictions video, and even during my live stream where I, streamed it, I predicted there was going to be 5 Amiibo total. We already knew about Kirby and Waddle Dee, and I assumed that there was going to be 2 more, which are Meta Knight and King DDD. Those are pretty easy guesses, but then I said there was going to be a 5th one. Now, the 5th one is up for debate, because it could really be anyone. But I said it. I said it would be Chef Kawasaki, and I was right. It was Chef Kawasaki. I literally nailed it. Just saying. And I can prove it. Go and watch my predictions video. But again, these new 3 Amiibo are massive, especially King DDD. It looks so good. King DDD just looks amazing. Can I also just say, I still like this design much more than that new design that we saw in a couple games. This King DDD design is a good mix of the two, I feel, from like Smash Ultimate and the newer style. It feels different enough, and it's just good. It just looks fantastic. They adjusted them in all the right ways. And King DDD is a massive amiibo on top of a tank, and the tank can also be customized. So these amiibo can be swapped around. You don't just have to have the machines, but you can have the machines and the riders, and you can move them all around. You can swap them up, and they shared a little bit more about the amiibo functionality. Whereas in game, if you're on the menu, that has this little figure that you can change, and there's also the ability to train your figure as well, which is just like. Of course there is. But these amiibo look so fantastic and is the most unique any amiibo have been since like the Yarn Yoshi amiibo. This is just so unique. They're massive, look good, and well, I guess the only issue is that they're $50. They're very customizable and they're very unique and big. $50 is a lot of money though. I will say, I don't think that this is worth it for a lot of people. And you can say vote with your wallet and all that crap, but I have to. I love the Kirby series. I have every amiibo so far. If I had to choose between any of them, it'd definitely be the King DDD amiibo. I think he looks the best one, the most customizable, and I believe, from what I can tell right now, they're all the same price. They're all priced at $50, even though the King DDD amiibo is so much more substantial than the other ones. Well, not so much more, but noticeably more features and is a lot bigger. But I just really like it. Now, unfortunately, these amiibo aren't all going to be available at launch. From what I can tell, it seems that Kirby and King DDD, or Kirby and Bandana Waddle Dee, will be available on day 1, which is epic. And then Meta Knight won't be available until March, which is odd. And then King DDD and Chef Kawasaki won't be available until later in 2026, which is just even more odd. I would think they would just want to release all 5 at once. That way you can get them all. And I feel like Kirby Air Riders isn't something that people will be playing for years and years to come. So I just feel like the amiibo should all be released one big blow. Get the one you want. There's gonna already be so limited amount of people that buy these things. Just get them all out. They also showed off a new Kirby Air Riders online demo event for free. You can play this game for free. It's just a demo. They gave us times. So on November 8th and 9th, we can actually play this game. You can get a feel for it. You can see what you think. And it goes from November 8th and 9th to the 15th and 16th. I don't know if it will continue until then or if there's just sessions, like there's just a block of sessions. Yeah, I think it's just a block of sessions on the 8th, 9th, 15th, and 16th. And the final thing they showed off was a teaser showing off the Fountain of Dreams. This is the Fountain of Dreams is a little bit big for Super Smash Bros. I'm not saying that this means anything for Smash Bros. But it is crazy that they showed off the Fountain of Dreams. And these CGI trailers, again, look so good. And I think this is just a tease for the actual story. They were showing off those new stories and all that. But I'm really excited for what this game is offering. I think it's just so... Excuse me. I think it's so wild that they added so much content to this, and really just makes every other game seem like a waste of money, to be honest. So I'm excited for this game. Let me know what you think in the comments. Do you think you're gonna get it? Do you think it's worth buying this? And has this direct changed your mind about it? Do you think it's worth the $70? Because I'm gonna say it, I think it is. I really think it is. So yeah, let me know what you think. Thank you all so much for watching, and if you tuned into the live stream, thanks for joining. There are so many other places you could have watched it, and I'm glad you picked me. And if you want to see my reaction, you can click the link into the description. And yeah, like and subscribe and all that YouTube stuff. I'll see you in the next one. See you later.